Okay, so 2.6, I want to talk about adding and subtracting unlike denominators. So what happened when my denominator is unlike? Okay, so for two hikers on the Appalachian Trail are 5 and 3/4 miles from the trailhead. So the hikers walk 2 and 1/8 miles before taking a break. They then hike another 1.5 miles before taking a second break. So how many more miles do they have to hike before reaching the trailhead? Okay, so there are two methods. So what I'm doing now is I need to find how many more miles that they have to hike before reaching the trailhead. So there are two hikers. Okay, so they are both 5 and 3/4 miles away from the trailhead, and the hikers walk 2 and 1/8 miles before taking a break, and then they hike another 1.5 miles before taking a second break. So the hikers walk 2 and 1/8 miles before taking a break, and then they hike another 1.5 miles before taking the second break. So how many miles do they need to hike before they reach the trailhead? So there are two methods here. So the first method is I want to find a common denominator by multiplying one denominator by the other denominator. So what I want to do now is I actually want to use 5 and 3/4. Then I want to first minus 1.5. Then I want to minus 2 and 1/8. So this is what I'm trying to do. So to reach the conclusion, there are methods that we can use. Okay, so the first method to reach the conclusion of these guys is that I want to find a common denominator by multiplying one denominator by another denominator. So it's that I want to find a common denominator by multiplying one denominator with another denominator. So I want to find a common denominator here. So find a common denominator by multiplying one denominator by another denominator. Okay, so then what is the second method? The second method is I just want to find the least common multiple. Least common denominator, what am I talking about? I just finished teaching that grade 7 course, so I keep saying least common multiple because I just finished a section of least common multiple. Now I need least common denominator. Is the least common multiple of the both denominators. So I want to find the least common denominator. Okay, so let's look at question 1. So question 1, we just use method 1, and then question 2, we are going to use method 2. So question 1, by using method 1, 4/5, I'll make it very long because I am getting ready for multiplication. Plus 1/6, I just multiply the other part. So 5 times 6, 6 times 5, and then to make the value of the fraction the same, I just multiply 6 and 6, multiplies 5 and 5, and then this is 30, 24 plus 5, 90/30. So that's a final answer. For question 2, I'm gonna use method 2. So for question 2, 2 and 1 over 6 and 2 over 9. So if you are fast, if you know exactly how to do this, you can just see that 2 and 2 are going to cancel out, so you just do this part. But sometimes the first one, like if this one is smaller than this one, then you are not going to have enough, then you have to borrow from the integer. So it takes some experience to do this. But the normal way to do this is we have to first of all change it into fractions, from mixed fractions to complicated fractions. So 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13, minus 9. 9 times 2 is 18, so it's 20. So to do this, use the least common denominator. I want to find the least common factor of 6 and 9. So 3, 2, and 3. So here I have 3 times 2, 6, 6 times 3, this is 18. So in times 3, so 39, minus 18, you times 2, so this is 40. So you get negative 1 over 18. Then the next one, example 2, I want to evaluate n minus 11 over 16 while n equals to negative 1 over 3. So to do this, negative 1 over 3 minus 11 over 16. To do this, 3 and 16, okay, seems like it's 1. So LCM times 16, so negative 16 minus times 3 times 3, negative 33, 48, negative 49. So that's the final answer. And then I have this. Okay, so when I have this here, what I want to do is I want to use the method 5, 3 over 4, minus 2, 1 over 8, minus 1.5. So first of all, make it complex. 20, 23, 17, 3, and then 2, 8, and 4. I'm very sure that you can see that I can just use 8 in this case, but to follow the most standard procedure, I still do it one time. So times 2 times 2, 46, minus 17 minus times 4 times 4, minus 12, so 8, 46 minus 29, 17. So the answer is 17 over 8 miles before they reach the trailhead. That's it.